walking, I strut my stuff, and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one. Well, body beats, I stain my sheets, I don't even know why. Well, my girlfriend, she's at the end, she is starting to cry. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one. I struck my stuff and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. When I'm out walking, I struck my stuff and I'm so strung out. I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Well, body and beats, I stain my sheets, I don't even know why. Yeah, my girlfriend, she's at the end, she is starting to cry. When I'm out walking, I struck my stuff. So strung out, I'm high as a kite, I just might stop to check you out. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one. Let me go on, like a blister in the sun. Let me go on, big hands, I know you're the one.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Isaac Schuster from the MLO Bros here. Please, if you can hear me in the comments, somebody please comment and say you can hear me okay and the sound's working. I will be explaining to you, drinking coffee, I will be explaining to you this morning before I go to church with my lovely wife, why our groups operate the way they do. Why is it $150 to advertise in our groups, why it's set up like that, why we started the podcast, why we started charging $150 per month to advertise in the group, all that good stuff. I'm going to be explaining it to you this morning so that you can save this video and share it with people in the future who complain about advertising in the groups. So, or being charged to advertise in the groups. So, where do we start? We start back. It's been 5 years now. April 20th of 2020, in the heart of COVID, Luke and I start the MLO Bros. Why do we start the MLO Bros? We start the MLO Bros in April of 2025, April 20th, 2025. It's been exactly 5 years now. We started the MLO Bros because I got my mortgage license. I became a loan officer. MLO Bros stands for the Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. That's what MLO Bros stands for. I know everybody says Milo Bros. I know people say all this different stuff. The MLO Bros stands for the Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. MLO, Mortgage Loan Originator. That's what a loan officer is. Okay. So hold on, my cat wants in the house. Get a cup of coffee, cozy up. Come on in. Come on in. Get in, sweetheart. Come on. So I hope everybody can hear me okay. So we start the podcast. The reason we started the podcast was because it was COVID. It was lockdown. I couldn't advertise myself as a professional. I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to go to talk at real estate offices. I wasn't able to go meet people and get coffee with people and start my business. So I was like, hey, Luke, I love podcasts. You want to help me? Do you want to start this local podcast? And during COVID, we can talk to people. We can advertise local businesses. We can try and grow ourselves as loan officers. We can basically communicate what's going on in the community, support other businesses while also trying to get business for ourselves. That's what the objective of the MLO Bros was. So we did that. We did that, and we got like actual people watching. I think we were getting, Luke and I, when we first started in 2020, we were getting pumped when we had like 5 people watching. Like right now, there's 7 people watching because it's early, and this is going to be recorded, and I'll throw it in all the groups. But like Luke and I were amped. We were so excited that 5 people were watching us in 2020. So what we did was we took that podcast that we started with way back in April of 2020, and we shared it in. We were both living in Poland at the time. We shared it in a Poland group. It was called Poland. It's still a thing. It's called Poland Talk. What happened? The admin of the group immediately deleted us, immediately kicked us out, or immediately took down our posts. Surprisingly enough, she was a realtor, and she said, "Hey, your podcast doesn't have Poland content. It's not good. It's bad. You guys don't talk enough about Polandy things, and you're not allowed to post in our group." So what did me and Luke do? Being the go-getters we are, we decided, okay, cool. We went and started our own group. Our first group was called, drum roll please, Everything Poland. Our first group in 2020 was Everything Poland, because the admin for Poland Talk, who was actually in Austintown Complaint Department last night complaining about us, because I mean, she is hater number 1 back in April of 2020. Charlotte, what do you want? You want to interact? Go out there. Go. So she was complaining in Austintown Complaint Department last night because she is hater number 1. She is the admin of Poland Talk that kicked us out, that made our groups, that started our groups, because we couldn't post in Poland Talk. So we went and made Everything Poland. That was our first group. Now, we make Everything Poland. We get a couple thousand people in it. We start growing, and some drama unfolded with Poland Talk, this and that. We decided, listen, we're going to keep going with Poland, Everything Poland. We're going to make our own group, and we're going to grow. And that's what we did for all of 2020. People were bored during lockdown, and they supported us. And Poland Talk, Everything Poland began. It grew. We got thousands and thousands of people. And what starts to happen when you have a group in a concentrated area called Everything Poland, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people in that group from that community that are just in Poland. So what happens next? Businesses start to see the value in that, and they start from Poland, they join the group, and they start advertising in the group. But what we learned was that if people continue to join the group, they want content. They want the content of Little Miss whatever down the road complaining about the mailman stepping on her yard. They want little Jimmy down the road lost his dog. My dog's complaining about fireworks. They want all these different posts about local things happening, local content. That's what grows the group. If businesses advertise over and over and over and aren't given some type of leash, so to speak, the group content dies because of it. So what starts to happen is businesses join the group and they spam the group, and they just advertise every single day over and 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 over. And as that happens, people leave the group. So you have to put what do me and Luke do? We don't want to make money off of, because we have a couple thousand people in Everything Poland. We're not going to make a crap load of money off of advertisements. So what we do is we just put a paywall up. So we started with, back then I think it was $100. We just created a paywall. And what happens? Businesses complain. They say, "Why would you do that? You're hurting local businesses. No, actually we're not. We are giving you an advertising platform. We became an advertising company. So we're giving you a concentrated market. I'm a marketing guy. I graduated from YC with marketing. I know how this works. We gave you a concentrated market of thousands and thousands and thousands of people in Poland. If you're a landscaping guy, how valuable is this? You're a landscaping guy, and we have landscaping advertisers in all of our group. You want to cut grass, okay? You want to cut people's grass, and you want them all to be in the same neighborhood so you don't have to drive very far. The valuable asset of Everything Poland is worth $150 or $150 is what it is now per month. And I'll tell you why that is. Rise and shine. So you don't have to drive anywhere. You get 4 cuts for $30 each, 30, 60, 90, 120, 5 cuts. I'm sorry, 5 cuts. You get 5 cuts. You pay for the advertisement in a month. If you get 5 more cuts, which I'm betting you will, you pay for the $150. So people complained. We put the $100 paywall up. People are happy because advertisers aren't spamming the group. It limits it. You pay $100, or it's $150 now, limits it to 3 posts a week, 12 posts a month, $150. Try it out. If you don't get any business, I'm sorry. It's just a paywall that's put in place. What do we do with that money? Okay. So we grew and we grew and we grew. We had on guests from Canfield. We had on, so we had like the mayor from Canfield on over the years. We had the mayor from Austintown on, or I'm sorry, the Austintown Township trustees on. We networked and we made so many friends along the way. And what happened was we ended up making groups in Canfield. We made Everything Canfield. We made our biggest group, Everything Austintown. We have Everything Boardman, Everything Youngstown, all these groups that we made, and we put moderators in there. Basically people who live in those communities that moderate the group and make sure people don't get too crazy. And we can sit here and we can talk about how we run the groups. Me and Luke constantly battle. Luke is more authoritarian and wants to control what people say. I am more let people fight it out and duke it out and say whatever the hell they want. I don't care. But the advertisers pay the $100 to $150 a month. And it goes, and where's it go? Okay. So here you go. We are an advertising company. Where's the money go? So from day one, we're not making a crap load of money. The purpose of the paywall is not to make money. It's to keep the groups good so that people join and we can advertise our podcast and we can advertise ourselves as the MLO Bros, real estate agents, loan officers extraordinaire. So we're not making money hand over fist on advertisers. The spring was good. We had a bunch of advertisers in the group, but where's this money go? From day one, we say give it back, but what happens is you have kids in plays, you have charity organizations, you have all these different members of our community that call us and say, hey, you guys have a platform. Can we get on your podcast and talk about whatever? And it's not that I don't like charity organizations. It's not like that I don't like helping people out. We obviously try and help. But if we just did podcasts interviewing charity organization after charity organization after charity organization after charity organization, our podcast would be pretty boring. And like, that's not what my original goal of the podcast was to talk to cool people in the community that are super, that I find interesting and just, I don't know, do what we want to do. So what we said was, hey, listen, we have this advertising revenue. We're not going to use it and make money off of it and put it into our own pocket. So we'll just give you, like, write a check for a couple $100, $150 or $100, and you can, good luck. Maybe we'll do a short interview with you on the podcast, and here you can have this. And then what happened was they're like, hey, we're having a golf outing for childhood cancer, whatever. You guys want to sponsor it? Yeah, sure. Here, this is what we'll do. We'll take the advertising revenue. We'll give it to you. Put, here's $100 for your golf outing. Well, we're going to put a sign in it. Cool. Put the MLO Bros on it. Advertise for us, whatever. So we take the money from the groups. We give it to little Jimmy's cancer fund golf outing. And then it just rinses and repeats. I don't want to pay taxes on that advertising revenue. I don't care. Doesn't go into my bank account. It doesn't go into Luke's bank account. It goes into the MLO Bros bank account. But then we don't show a profit on the MLO Bros ever. We just we're making a couple $100 a month in advertising revenue from the podcast directly from Facebook, like Facebook advertising revenue, because you get thousands of views on your podcast. They pay us a couple $100. We literally pay to keep the lights on, and then the rest of it, we just donate it back. I don't want to make money off of that. I mean, I don't know if we're going to do that forever. If Facebook pays us thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, cool. I'll quit my job and I'll start podcasting full time. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. But the advertising revenue that comes directly from the groups, I promise we will always give that back. We will always, always, always give it to, we sponsored South Range Baseball, South Range Drama, Canfield Adult Band, all these different things that we don't even keep track of it, but we just don't give it all back. We say it's from the MLO Bros. If they want to advertise us, they can, cool. If not, that's cool too. We don't care, but it goes right back. So where was I going with that? So the groups grew. That's where that's about where. So 5 years later, you have, I think let me go through this. The amount of people in our groups is a lot. It grew way more than I ever thought it would. Everything Austintown is our biggest. I think there's 17,000 people in Everything Austintown. 18.3 thousand people in Austintown as a business. How much does it cost a business to put their company name and logo on a billboard in the middle of Austintown? Can anybody tell me how much that costs? I think it's because we've done it before. I think it's $1 to $2 grand for a month for a crappy billboard in a crappy location. $150 for advertising to 18.3 thousand people in Austintown is a pretty damn good deal. Okay. On top of that, you can argue with us and say that, hey, you guys just, you don't technically donate that money. You advertise yourselves by giving the money that we donate to Austintown schools and put the MLO Bros on it, instead of just donating it and writing a blank check and say, hey, just take the money. We don't want it. Okay, you can complain about that if you don't like that, but there's value in it. Number one, that's why you're pissed that I'm not letting you advertise in the group. Let's just get that 100% straight. You're mad because you want to advertise to 18.3 thousand people, and I'm not letting you do it for free because it bogs down the group. And we're giving it to Austintown schools or whatever we end up giving it to. We're not putting any of it in our pocket. And and as a business, we could just, if we wanted to, we're an advertising company at this point. If we wanted to, we could pocket it. We could just, hey, Luke, we made an extra $1,000 this month. Here, you take 500, I take 500, we go home. No, we don't do that though. We could if we wanted to, because we're a business, but we don't. We sponsor Austintown Band. We give all that money to whoever. Sometimes they let us advertise, sometimes they don't. And does Giant Eagle do that? Do other marketing agencies in Youngstown do that? No, they don't. They pocket the money. They charge you $500 to advertise. They make you Facebook posts, and that's how they pay their bills. We just sponsor and give it back to local organizations in Youngstown rather than spending it on my wife's jewelry. I will make my money. Okay, so then that leads us to my next thing. How do we stay alive? How do we make our money? How do I pay for my cool stuff I have hanging on my walls in my house in South Range? The MLO Bros, like I said at the beginning, stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. The MLO Bros, we've recently, in 2023, we became real estate agents. We make our money by advertising ourselves in the groups, by advertising the podcast in the groups. And then when we're doing our podcast, we say, hey, MLO Bros stands for Mortgage Loan Originator Brothers. You need a home loan? You need to refinance? You need to buy a house? You need to sell your house? Use us for that. That's how we make our money. Yes, I don't pay the $150 to advertise in Austintown, but I pay myself in advertising. Since I'm managing all these stupid groups, and I promise you, it's not that fun. It really does suck trying to tell everybody what they can and can't do in these groups, and it's not worth what it is. You start your own group and you'll find out it's a pain in the ass. You start your own group, you see how miserable it is. In 5 years from now, when you've done it for 5 years and you see how annoying it is dealing with stalkers, dealing with all these weird people, dealing with all the great people, the good people, the bad, everything, and just trying to keep the mob under control. We can have coffee in 5 years from now when you've done it for 5 years, and we can talk about how miserable it is and how you ran it your way and how successful you have been with it. But that's how we make our money. I don't want to make my money from advertising. I want to make my money from helping people buy a house, from helping people finance a house, from cool stuff, like from advertising in the groups as a loan officer, as a real estate agent. That's how I make my money. That's how I keep the lights on. And that is why I advertise to you people in the groups. And you see my face on, hey, I'm a loan officer, I'm a real estate agent. This guy's annoying. He's advertising all the time. I do it 3 times a week. I post my listings in there. We post the podcast in there. That's how we make our money as loan officers and real estate agents, not pocketing the funds of advertising. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to comment. This is kind of my drinking coffee and talking to you before I go to church. If you would like any breakdown of how it works, why it works, yeah. Just looking, last night somebody said, how do we know these people aren't pocketing the money? Like, I want receipts. Bro, I'm not going to give you my bank accounts. I'm not going to show you receipts. Like, just talk to the people we've donated to and see how successful they've been, and see how we've helped them. Also, like, talk to our advertisers in our groups. Like, we have awesome advertisers, and they actually, the cool thing is it actually works. Like, we have a fertilizing company. They actually fertilize my yard, because if they're going to support me, I'm going to support them. So the Lawn Ranger, they advertise in all of our groups about fertilizing. They have success with it, so they do it every year. Dog groomers, I think we have a dog groomer in Austintown, Poland, Canfield. We have landscaping companies have a lot of success advertising in the groups. I don't know. We have a bunch of different advertisers. So I'm gonna be here a little bit longer. Like I said, no comments or anything yet. But if anybody has any questions about how it works, why it works, I will happily answer it. This will be recorded. It will be dropped in all the groups. If anybody has any questions, they can comment there. But it'll start over, so you'll be able to see the whole thing again. But I have explained exactly why we do what we do. Oh, also, we constantly, at the MLO Bros, we constantly dog local leaders, local governments, school boards about not being transparent with what they're doing. This is me proving to them that it works. All you got to do, if you're not a piece of crap and you're doing the right thing, and like I'm not hiding anything from you people. I'm being transparent as a leader in these groups that I started 5 years ago with my big brother. I'm explaining to you exactly where the funds go, why they go, where they go. And here's the beautiful thing. If you don't like us, that's cool. I hope, I wish you the best. There's the door. You don't have to be in these groups. You don't have to join the groups. If you're like, listen, I want you to write a check and donate it to charity and not advertise, cool. like, we can do whatever we want with that money. We're just being nice and giving it back in the way that we see fit. But if you don't have to be in the groups, you don't have to be in everything Poland. You can leave. There's Poland Talk. I'm sure they're great. I'm sure there's Austintown groups. You can just stay in Austintown Complaint Department and complain. You don't have to be in everything Austintown. Canfield, they have everything Canfield uncensored too. You can join that group if you're from Canfield. You do not have to support us. You do not have to be in our groups. It's a private group. It's not a public thing. So like if you're trying to say, oh, but my freedom of speech, no, that's not how freedom of speech works. Nobody's forcing you to stay in the groups. So thank you to everybody who has supported us. Thank you to people who were like hating on us. You still get the word out about us. We still appreciate you. Thank you so much. But everybody have a wonderful rest of your weekend. I gotta get ready to go to church with my lovely wife. As always, call me if you have any questions. My number is 330. I'm giving you my cell phone number. My number, let me write it down for you. 330-921-8978. If you 330-921-8978. My cell phone, right here. That's my cell phone number. If you have any questions about how I run the group, that is a direct line of communication. You can text me and tell me I'm an idiot if you want. That's fine. Direct line of communication. I will explain to you how the groups work. I will explain to you why the groups run the way they do. I will, if you hate somebody and you're wondering why they're blocked from the group, I can tell you why they're blocked from the group. If you're wondering why so-and-so's an admin in everything Austintown, I'll tell you why they're an admin, why they're doing what they're doing. If you have any questions about the MLO Bros, if you have any questions about any of the groups, if you want to buy a house and you need a loan officer or a real estate agent, call me 330-921-8978. I am an open book. I will explain to you why I do everything the way I do. I'm not hiding anything. Like, I can't believe I'm doing this. Everybody have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy your Sunday and save this video for when somebody in the future inevitably complains and wonders where our money goes for advertising and everything Poland. So look, my brother says, so we aren't telling everyone about the coke and ladies who take their clothes. Yes, the coke and hookers, Luke, we're not gonna talk about that. We're not talking about it's Sunday. It's the Sabbath. Don't talk about it. The ladies of the night. But thank you everybody for watching. We appreciate you for being here. We'll see you. We got podcasts on Tuesday and Friday this week, 9:30 a.m. We're going live from Youngstown Studio. We moved from our Poland studio to downtown Youngstown because it's way nicer Joe's better at organizing us than we are at organizing ourselves. We've come such a long way. We were literally starting out in COVID 5 years ago, April 20th, 2020. We were like in our houses on laptops, and now we're podcasting to thousands and thousands and thousands of people. And it all started with Poland Talk kicking us out of their group, and we started these groups, and now we have like 10 of them. And like, I know a lot of people like to say, like, haters are the worst. They literally created us. They made us what we are. Haters made us start everything Poland. Haters that were realtors made us become real estate agents. If you can't let the haters get you down, you use them as a tool and you make yourself better with them. So thank you to the haters. Thank you to the haters. Thank you to everybody that appreciates us for what we do. Thank you for everybody that's always supported us. You guys are the best. Everybody, I'm grateful. I'm very happy to do what we do, how we do it, and everything. I don't know. Have a great day, everybody. See you next time. See you next time. Play my outro here.
Hi, it's Isaac from the MLO Bros. Today, my nephew Lucas and I
Hi!
are out here handing out refinance flyers, trying to stir up some loan officer business. So we're putting them in people's mailboxes here. First house, let's see how we do.
Hey! Get out of here, you punks!
Lucas, run!